Hey guys, welcome to the podcast again and to Late Night Talks with Swag Dog. Um, Tonight I have a special podcast. This is in dedication to my dog, to our family dog, Brownie. A year ago today, she was tragically hit by a car and she passed away. And today marks a whole year. This is something I did not want to do at all because I knew the minute it hit that day, I knew it was gonna start hitting, and just remember that day. All I know is that she wasn't there, but homie bear was. And I was looking for her. I thought she left home. I see a dog on the road, and I said, praying to God that please let that not be Brownie. It was her. When I came closer, I freaked out. I called my family that were at my sister's, and I had told them that Brownie, she's hit by a car. I don't know what to do now. She's not moving. She's not breathing. And they all came as soon as possible. I called my friend up freaking out saying that, dude, man, like Brownie's dead. Like she's dead. She's hit by a car and I don't know if she's breathing or not. I had held her in my arms. And then next thing you know, we found out she was actually dead by examining the body and she wasn't moving no more. Just it wasn't easy no more. Just today makes a whole year without her. And the reason I say it's a special stream podcast because it made a whole year since she's passed, and honestly, I didn't even feel like making this stream for her, but it was an honor of my dog, or our family dog at least. What could have been on her birthday around May ended up passing away in January of this year. Well, last year. So many things have happened. That's when I said 2020 was not nobody's year. It was nobody's year. All we ever dog left is now Bear. He's the only thing that reminds us of our Brownie. And especially looks a lot like her, but a much more male version of her. And ever since what happened to her, we've been very careful about Bear. We've been making sure that he's okay and everything. Apart from Coco, he's my sister's dog, but we're watching over him. And we love them both. We love both of these dogs to death. And it really broke my heart not to only see every other dog pass or get hurt, that it would be our family dog. I'm not gonna lie, things have been really the same without Brownie. She'd always bark at our door, notifying us if someone was here or someone was on the street or someone was in the street or our yard. Even at nighttime. I remember she'd always look out in the curtain and see who was there. And I never would come home. She would see us at the window barking, ready for us. And I remember when we got back from vacation, she would always be happy to see us. She would cry a lot. And it's like, it's not the same no more. You know, I just want to say this to my sweet Brownie, by a chance to see her again. Say that we miss you. We love you. You always be in our spirits and heart. Hope you're having fun there in doggy heaven. But yeah, guys, it's. And I'm not even gonna lie. this was something that I had to like do for her, especially since it was a whole year already, and it's not like, of course, none of us can forget. And it's like the minute that what I called my family, they all started crying. Everybody started crying. What even most kind of like made it worse, out of all my family, I was the only one who witnessed the crash or the hit at least. Like I was the one that I didn't witness her exactly getting hit, but I witnessed her dead body right down the street, like on the road. And like I was the only one that had witnessed everything of her dead body. That's all of it. Nobody else had to go through that. Like even though my sister made me send her a picture, which was not cool, because I did not really want to take a picture of my dog, even though she kept saying to send it. It was just not cool, but they wanted to see it and see if it was true. I guess they just wanted confirmation that hopefully it wasn't her, but it was. It wasn't easy that day for all of us. Most of us spend the rest of the night crying, and most of us just sat there and like we made a dedication post for Brownie, and man, she was just a good dog to us. Yeah, she may have ran out of the house a lot and everything, but she was a good dog. She always did listen to us. I remember the many times she had many puppies, but she was like only dog that was like that always loved us and we always loved. I remember how many times my dad would play around with her. And how many times my sister would all fight over her. Literally, we'll fight over her and Bear. We'll fight over like who's gonna sleep with who or who's gonna take the dogs to sleep with them. I remember my sister would take him at nighttime. I'll get him back in the middle of the night. They'll take him by the morning. We'll fight over the dogs pretty much. Like we'll be calling them and they'll be confused on who to go with, and then you know maybe someone got over it already because we had Bear, and but it's like partially not the same because yeah he has everything on Brownie, but it's like you know Brownie was like our special dog. But yeah, guys, I just want to let you know that to always stay blessed, stay positive no matter what, and remember, keep guiding your spirits, pray, and you'll stay blessed. Also, remember to hit the notification button, like, share, subscribe if you're enjoying this podcast and live stream. Also, that thing today, I decided to curl my hair. Well, I've been actually hatching natural curly hair. I've had it for like since birth. I just always like when I take a shower, I tend to straighten it out on my own. Like I just like dry it on and straighten. Like not the fact that's straight. No, it's just how do you put it? Have you ever need like the certain type of cream or gel to like actually pop out your natural curly hair to like make it naturally curly? So I use two types of things. I use a cream, like it's buttercream. It's called shea butter, and I use gel. What that does is like allows my hair to like stay in place, especially like make the curls pop out, so that people may see my curls. But other than that, guys, this live stream was just in the beginning was just to make a little dedication to my dog Brownie. As you may know, it's not easy for me because, of course, after what happened, like out of everybody, I suffered the most because I witnessed it. So it wasn't easy for us, but we're all doing a little better now. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's like You ever like think back at everything that ever happened, and you know. By the way, whoever's watching this live stream, could you say hi so I know who you are? And like I said, guys, I'm trying to interact. I want to interact with my viewers and whoever's watching. And also, I appreciate you for actually like taking your time to watch this and to listen to my little dedication of to my dog Brownie. Sorry about that. By the background, my phone due to copyright reasons, I cannot really play any sounds of music or any forms. Bro. Now, guys, on to the next topic. Actually, about anime. I have one question in particular. What is Zetsu? I know Zetsu comes in the cells of Hashirama, but what is this dude exactly? Of course, because I know this is a Akatsuki suit. He has like a Venus flytrap on type of vibe. Now, when I first saw Zetsu, I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw him, and I like barely came back into anime, because don't get me wrong, I watched anime as a kid before, but I never knew who the characters were. And I only knew certain amount of characters. I only knew Zabazar, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura and Lee, but I never knew their names. And I knew Guy too. I never knew all their names. But Zetsu, when I first saw the seasons and I saw the episodes of Naruto, there was one particular episode about Naruto that just made me question about Zetsu. Now, don't get me wrong, when I first saw him, I thought he was the leader of the Akatsuki. Like I thought he was the guy, like, the man behind everything that's going on, everything. And next thing you know, I found out he's just another guy that just tags along. Like he's like the spy, but he tags along with everybody. And I'm like, this dude's just like a follow around. Like he just tags along with everything. Like he just takes orders. And like the Venus flytrap on him, like I sometimes I think he's a plant because the design of how like he has a Venus flytrap around him, I'm confused. Like how does he have that on him? But yet when he's fighting so many people, he doesn't have it on him no more. And I'm thinking, where is the original Zetsu? Because I'm on Shippuden at the Fourth Shinobi World War, he's not there. There's so many of them, but I know there was two types. Well, there was two Zetsus, a white Zetsu and a black Zetsu. But what I'm confused about is where is the original Zetsu? Before he was even like burned by Madara, I noticed that he only had like one side of limb, like until Madara had like burned him. Now he's like the other side, like, and I'm just confused. Like, if there was already a black Zetsu around that time, but Madara like put it on him, how in the world that Zetsu became just a full body Zetsu, like a full white body Zetsu? That's my main question. And now it's just like, wow. And I'm really questioning about it, especially Pain. Now, don't get me wrong, he's badass. But how in the world did Nagato manage to get his best friend's body and every other bodies that Jiraiya's ever encountered with and turn them into each path, the Diva path, the Animal path, like each path, six stage paths of pain? How did he manage that? And how did he implant the Rinnegan on them? Now, the one thing I did notice in the episode where the war was going on and the Cassidy Infinite Tsukiyomi, I noticed mostly everyone had the Rinnegan on their eyes. That was a question on my part. Now, if there were to be in the Infinite Tsukiyomi, how would they get the Rinnegan on their eyes? Now, some characters it looks good, But the character that's already on, like, this is my personal opinion. The character that's already on that already has it. I'm so used to them having it, but I'm not used to any other characters having it. Like, I'm not really used to Madara having both Renegons on his eyes. I'm used to him having his Sharingan. Because although he did put Renegons on his eyes, my big question is also, how did Sasuke get the Renegon on his left eye? And he only has Mangekyo Sharingan. Like, he got the Eternal because his brother Itachi took his eyes. Well, of course, Itachi put his eyes in Sasuke anyways. But how did he get the Renegon? Or the Renish Sharingan? Like, that's my confusion right there. And it's just something I've been questioning about for a while. Don't get me wrong, it is 12:35, and I did say I would start the podcast around like that time. Now I'm gonna do something real quick. Now stay on mute. All right, guys, I'm back, and now, as always, guys, I tend to like post a lot in here because, like, gotta let everybody know that I am live in the nighttime, and whoever is up can watch me podcast or watch me live. Don't mind my TV in the back. I was just on my Xbox not long ago, and I was actually watching YouTube. But then I get bored real easy of YouTube, and it's like, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, guys, I when I said it was a bit hesitant to do this about Brownie. It was because like I didn't really like I wasn't ready to like talk about it. Like, some people know about my dog. Yeah, like they knew about it. They knew about it and everything. They knew, like, some people thought she was adorable. But not everybody knew that, like, what happened to her. Yeah, and it's like, wow. And by the way, whoever is on here, can you please make yourself known? I'm really trying to figure out who is actually in the podcast. And I know you're just one viewer, but can you say hi or something and send an emoji so I know who is on here? Because I'm actually getting curious now who it is, and I don't know, like, I'm always curious to know who is in watching here. Like, I'm always curious about it, especially because I want to say hi. Especially in case if you're the only one here, shout out to you. And I'm not gonna lie, so many things happened. You know, wow. I don't know why I'm getting tired for. I'm getting completely tired. Now, as of lately, I've just been chilling at home and just been chilling at home, because I graduated. And um, I haven't tried to apply for jobs. I have. It's just, man, like, I put everything on file, and whenever I go These are things I usually get, that they're not hiring, but put your name down or we'll give you a call. I wait and wait, and I hopefully, like, sometimes I get a call. I do think it's like that company, but it's never the company. It's usually some like scammers usually, and I'm like waiting patiently. Like I'm like over here waiting for them to call me, like to actually give me a call and everything, so I can get started. Now I'm not saying that I'm mad. No, it's like it's just I don't get why they say they're gonna call, but they never do. I answered almost every call, and all I get is scam calls. And I'm just like, what in the world, What's going on? I've been waiting for a call like a while, and then especially like I'm sitting here like patiently waiting, and they told me, and then but what I feared too, they told me to call the company to see if they got review my application and see if they're gonna interview me. Now here's the thing, I've done that, but either I get rudely told that I must wait, or that the company has to call me, and I'm like, well, okay, I've only got to see review my application. I told them my name and everything, and I told them I came by that this day and that day, and I turned in this day and that day, and then they're like, well, you see, you gotta wait till the company calls you. You gotta be patient about it, and then we just barely receive the applications. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, all right, thanks for telling me, like, I'll wait. And then I tell everybody what I did, and it's like to them I'm making excuses. I'm not. Like, really, I did call them, and I told them, like, hey, I applied to this place. Like, they have you read my application, and like I said, I need to get the same response. And I've applied also to places that are hiring, like that are actually hiring, looking for workers. I went to those places too, and like one of the places I applied to already opened, and I'm just like, why haven't they given me a call? I've been like, I came in, and applied, and it's like, not I'm losing my patience here, and that's not that. My point is that I really am trying to find a job, and not because I could get out of this. No, it's but the fact that I actually want to like do a little something around for once, like so I don't have to be home as much. I also want to like start making a little bit of money, so that way I can start helping out around, especially like if I can get that stuff I can get on my own without having to rely on like anything else, like my parents, or anything. And it's like when I don't know, like it actually feels good to earn something for once, because like I never um back at my old haunted house. Well, the one I work at still till every season now. When I earn my own money, it's like wow. Like after like hard work, and like they say, hard work pays off in the end. And it's like awesome because like I get to scare people. You know, that's like the one thing I always like go for is like scaring the heck out of people, getting an awesome experience, and it's like wow, like, and it's like what they could have easily like told me that, hey, you're being laid off, or we don't need you no more, and picked out another person, but no, you know, because there are many people who do apply to haunted houses, but those same people that kept their jobs and did good on their first year or second year, they get their jobs back. Now, it's not always every time that person does good on their first year. Like me, I messed up on my first year, but I guess they knew I messed up, and then they know I meant nothing. Like they know I meant no harm. That's why I've been very careful at the haunted house also. Like, especially when it's nighttime and it's dark, because half of my time I don't have my glasses on because I have a mask. And it's like, well, I got to like adapt to my my shelter because like I'm not wearing glasses and I'm wearing a mask is like with tiny eye sockets that I can barely see. So I got to figure out a way to overcome that. And it's like, you know what, guys, give me a sec. Hi guys, I am back. Whoever is the second viewer, please make yourself known. I want to say hi to y'all. And like I said, back to the topic. Before I left off, actually I had to take care of things real quick, and then especially like it's not that cold in this house, but when I do get somewhere to where like I accidentally head outside sometimes on accident, let's just say the cold hits me and I get mucus starts building up in my nose and I start sneezing. And I have to blow my nose so that way the mucus doesn't stay stuffed in my nose for that long. Because for me, sneezing is it's not like it's like a forever thing for me. Because like it could be the next day. Don't mind my dad. It could be the next day or one day, and I could be just sitting there on my business, I don't know where, and this is not because not what you think it is. No, I have allergies that are I just realized I was on mute. So all that talking was for nothing. Haha. Now, like I was saying, my dad has a habit. Anything can be on the floor, automatic dirty. Eat it's clean, automatic dirty. There's one thing I definitely hate about Magi's. They build up so bad that it's like nonstop. They're nonstop. Now, I'm sorry that I'm gonna meet them many times already now, but I gotta go disinfect my hands real quick before anything. All right, guys, in the back, and hopefully this time I'm actually okay because I just put the disinfectant spray everywhere. That was a personal from something that my sister learned at work, and I don't know if you find it funny if I do that, but like when I'm spraying something, depending what I spray a certain way, especially for like sneezing wise, because like shoot, gotta keep it every clean, you know. Now let me see. Now, guys, I will state about something. I will state about I somebody to the call so they can join the stream with us. Like you'll be able to hear their voices, but you won't see them. But as of this time, there's nobody really up to talk to in the stream, unless BCP's up. Because sometimes they're up. And if you cannot hear my phone, it's because I'm muted and I lower down the volume for everything. And Jesus, you get this skinny for. One thing I hate about it is when I take an allergy pill. Um, Half of the time, um, my nose will stop sneezing, but it'll start building up a lot of mucus and boogers, which I hate the most. And I mean hate because it's like, jeez, it's like you can never get rid of the mucus. Like you gotta like, it's like one way or another is gonna like come back at you like and bite you right in the butt. And right now I'm actually watching myself live, like not like literally, but it just popped up on my channel, and it's like, wow, who would have actually knew I ended up on here? And I know I'm using the same thumbnail. I just don't really have. Well, I like probably like the one thing I use for my live streams and podcasts and everything, but yeah, you know, it's like one thing's for sure, like the fact that I'm making on a week two is not bad, and I do plan on like somewhat making content soon. I was thinking about making a real life Among Us, but who is gonna be here at my house or somebody's house when we can't really hang, and especially due to limitations. Now, to be honest, guys, I'm thinking about doing that soon about a real life Among Us. We just gotta figure out the day we're gonna do it, and this will be random. Like the randoms, is not, I'm not sure what day we're gonna actually do it, and this is gonna be a little hard on my part because there's gonna be a lot of editing in that part. If everybody will actually put out their cameras, like start recording themselves, like my friends and everything. Here's what I'm trying to say. It's not about the quality, but the main part is the editing. How long this process is gonna take? How many videos I may have to split up apart to like I don't know to like actually get somebody like right there, and especially like the fact that I know for a fact there was a video that I've actually did a while back, but I never uploaded, and at this one I guess you can say I was a little more tanned because I used to be outside in the sun a lot. Like when I mean I was outside in the sand and the sun. My don't so sit and I was in the sun a lot because I like, do something every day of my life. I was a bit more tanned. Now I'm like all pale. And don't get me wrong, I can't wait for the summer to come out because I can go do stuff in the heat. Well, not like I say I like the heat and everything, but I like to get a little super tan every time. Especially I like to be out a lot more. And it's like what in the summertime we're all able to hang, we're able to do stuff, but like it's like we can still go out to some places, but like literally due to limitations, neither of us know how to drive, apart from one friend, two friends, especially jobs. That's why when I get my job, I plan to pay for my driving school and education, and I plan to go to college also, which I'll be vlogging in college soon. I also when I do start driving, I want to be able to like go places where like I actually want to travel to, like especially like if I want to like go somewhere so like Baybrook Mall, like I went before. And what's funny, cause like I don't know about Baybrook Mall if you can film over there, but I did anyways. Which nobody really told me anything. Like nobody said anything to me. They didn't tell me that hey, maybe you stop filming. Could you delete these films? Like nobody said nothing. So it's like I'm actually like slide, without even getting caught. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it again. Because if I do see a sign right there, out of respect, I will not film. But maybe for TikTok, I'll probably film. But I would not film in general for YouTube because I don't want to get in trouble for something that simple as just pulling out a phone just to take a photo or selfie, you know. But yeah, um, I got a lot of things. I got a lot of things on my list that I want to get to. But like, there's one thing I'm getting particular because I'm not just playing a blog on my phone. This can like be a temporary time. Well, because I'm used to vlogging on my phone anyways, but I plan to record on my GoPro. I just need to figure out how am I gonna manage exporting it because this is a phone with 16 gigabytes worth, and I'm not gonna be sure how to send everything like that. Now, one thing's for sure, guys. I will be upgrading my storage on my phone, so that way I can easily what um have enough to be able to do what I need to do, and especially I want to be able to do that so I can get the storage, add more space, and I will be able to export more easier. Especially cause one thing I hate most is it it takes a toll on my storage. You know? So, and guys, I am actually finna add a friend to the live. I finna add him right now. You'll probably only hear him, but let's see if we can give it a ring. Sorry guys, I like to make sure my curly hair is still in place. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm trying to ring him. Let me see if I can actually get into I'm trying to see if I can get him on the phone and see if I can see if we can do few things. Cause actually, guys, what I may not be able to get just stream virtually on here or get him in person, but at least we can do is get him on the phone here. So maybe perhaps we can do a little virtual podcast on here. And one thing's for sure, guys. I already know how to stream on other platforms using the stream thing. It's just like I said, this is my sister's computer, and out of respect for her, because she lets me borrow it, I'm not finna download the things I download to my old laptop. My old laptop, I could just use my phone already from then there because I use a webcams, and I figured out how. But my laptop kind of acted out up on me, and it's being a little slow, and especially if that's problems then and there, and it's I'm not able to do what I need to do. Especially I had to buy more gigabytes, more space for it, and it's I don't know how to add more to it. And I actually do plan on buying more space so that way you can get the I actually do plan on saving up too to like what to buy the editing film products or get. I'm planning Blender or Final Pro. I heard those are pretty good, especially the DaVinci stuff like that. But yeah, now guys. Let's talk about a topic for today. Let's talk about God. You know, everybody wonders why you need God in your life. What does He do? Well, let's see. God has sent His Son on this earth to suffer for us. He died for us. And my sister asked a pretty good question too the other day, saying, who are you supposed to worship, the Virgin Mary or God? Now, partially to put it this way, the Virgin Mary is somewhat with God because she did give birth to Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying it's not bad to worship the Virgin Mary, but you know, you can still worship the Virgin Mary and worship God. And it's like for me, like what I read the Bible or I read the Book of Mormon. I read both books because they both have my problems, and it's like it's got me through so much. Like where if I was having a bad day, I read the book, no problem. Gives me the advice I need, and I don't even have to find the page. I just open it, boom, I'm already in the section that I'm looking for. Now, also, this is I'm talking about many topics right now, but hey, I'll tell you this, guys. Be sure to always have God in your life. Stay blessed. Be never pray. Always thank God for everything. Especially thank God that if you wake up still living and you wake up alive, be sure to thank Him. Because like they say, life is not a given right. It's a gift. And like they say, when you get a gift, you should be grateful and thankful for that gift. Because there's no second chances. There's like no restart of your life. And it does suck that we all have our regrets and we wish we could like come back in time and fix this, fix that. Would before. And it's not really easy that we all had done something before. And I'm not gonna lie. It's like you try to get through life and you have like that one thing that's like holding you back. I know how that feels. I had so many things that I let hold me back that I should have like moved on already and let go. But I did. I learned it. I think to myself that if I'm gonna like move on and continue on happy with my life, I need to let go of this and move on. And what can I do? But I can't do nothing about it. This way, you're ready. All right, let's go. Now, guys, I want you to meet a special guest of mine. He's a very good friend of mine of AJ's, as you know from AJ Films. Now, I don't know if you can hear him, but we're gonna add him, see if we can get him to talk. Well, see if we can hear him. This way. Hello? Hello? He is on mute, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, he's a very good buddy of mine that I want you to meet, and is also somebody that has been somewhat in part of our groups that we were trying to do, but people always bailing out on. But we're still working on the project as possible. And as you may know, we're honestly doing a lot of things. Oh, he left. Mm. We'll give him some time. But yeah. And it's like, you know, I want to introduce him to you because he's somebody also that I've been wanting to introduce for a while, especially another friend of ours. Now I'm gonna introduce you to a lot of friends that I met and are part of our project, especially involved in it. That's why I'm also introducing to you our buddy Usway also, because he's the one I told you about that cannot come over. But we're gonna try to do this virtually on the phone, and we can see if we can hear him. Oh, all right. Yo, Usway. Let's see if we can FaceTime. Usway. Yo,
Hey,
what's up, dude?
what's going on?
Yo, guys. Like I said, hopefully we can get him in the hear him in the call. But I'm putting him on the phone because I'm here to tell you. We're here to both tell you something that we're working on. Well, that's way.
Yes, sir.
You even heard the projects I told you about that I was working on, right?
Hello.
All right. Well, yeah, as you know, I told you part of my projects, but as you may know, we got to keep it a secret because we want to keep it as a surprise. You know?
Yeah, we can't let out spoilers. You know that, right?
Yeah. Now, also, not just that, I'm bringing him in here also because I want to let you know, guys, that he is part of my project that I've had planned for y'all, and it's something that you'll figure out as we can actually once we have it. We'll link it to somewhere in the video, and if you can figure out that mystery link, subscribe to it, and you'll be seeing what we're doing on there. But if we can get about to what, maybe it's a Josue, what number do you think the number should be that people will find the link to have the big reveal?
I don't know, bro. I mean, we have a lot of numbers that we could choose from.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking maybe about 10 people, you know?
Okay, 10 people, 10 people.
10 people because it's more at its finest and easiest. And especially, it'll make it more easier so that when they find the link, boom, we're going to have our big reveal.
Oh, okay. So I hear myself in the video, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah,
Now,
'cause I wanted to take that out. I'm not gonna watch the video until like it comes out. So
yeah, and especially for sure, dude, like, that's what I was saying about telling about the project because the project, we already have you in our project, we're going to have China in our project, and AJ, of course, is in our project too, you know?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously. So for the curious people out here, why don't we have like a little Q&A so they can get to know me better, and then the next person you'll be interviewing.
Hell yeah, especially guys like what? The reason I'm calling him through here on Discord, especially when I add our Discords, well, if you do
By
one,
the way, we're secret guests. We're secret.
true.
They don't know about us yet.
But yeah,
So let's get the Q&A started.
guys, if you have any questions about me or my buddy right here, go ahead and shoot out any questions you have.
You can ask me too, bro.
If you feel like ask my buddy some questions, let him know, and he will for sure answer them. And remember, guys, he's here on the phone with us, so we're all here to answer your questions. especially if you have anything like relatable topics you want to say to us, or any suggestions that we can do, like maybe like, because guys, I do want to do show you my project, but in the case of everything that's going on right now, we are postponing the project until we can figure out our ways to get through. Especially the reason I never say what's going on with my buddy right here, because it's something of his business that only he, if he allows me to say what's going on, then
Oh, you got all confidentiality. Don't worry, go for it.
all right. So
Go for it, man. Go for it.
the reason my buddy is not able to come here in person is because at the moment he's a little sick, like I was a while back. But
You can tell the real reason, bro.
okay, so you found out you have COVID, right?
Yes, sir. Sadly enough, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, thankfully he is okay, and it's not like hope. And you know how COVID works, right? But hopefully, because there are many people that have miraculously and awesome. Sometimes COVID can be a false one, but they can be real also. But those people who ever do survive COVID, congrats, and I'm proud that to say that y'all made it, because not everybody makes it through, But I know that people that make it through, as long as they know what to do and how to take care of themselves, you'll be fine. But
Oh yeah, man.
yeah,
I've been stuck in like quarantine for like 2 weeks straight. You know how boring it feels.
yeah, I feel you on that, buddy.
It feels really boring out here. Like there be some days you're just lazing around and like I want to go back to work.
I feel that. Especially, guys, whenever he's able to get here in person soon, especially with our other friend or as a guest at least, they'll be in this live stream with us. And perhaps so many things to discuss with you guys, especially like when we're able to get the whole group together. We'll all be explaining and each of our parts what our rules are and what we're doing. And that little project, especially, this is a YouTube project we're also doing, which you'll soon be finding out what it is. And I'm very glad to have my buddy on here because I have been planning this out to have him on here in person, actually. But since we can do it in person, we came with a plan of virtual. And I thought it would,
Screw you, COVID.
yeah. But yeah, guys. And I'm not gonna lie. But I said before, 2020 was nobody's year. But definitely for sure, what is it?
2021, buddy.
Yeah. 2021, we're already rock and rolling in already. Hopefully, we'll all be recovered and be able to go back to our normal lives. But as you know, for the spare time, we all got to take care of each other, make sure we're okay, you know?
Yes, sir.
And as you may know, guys, like, I know I may not be posting as much as I used to, but I'm starting to get back into it again. And for sure, don't, like I said, I don't have a schedule, but just be on the lookout for my next couple videos, and you will also be seeing more guests, more people on videos, and for sure, guys, you'll be seeing the awesome adventures I'll be putting out there, and you'll be seeing anything going on. Like you'll probably see me on vacay, or probably see me like going on an awesome adventure with my buddy right here. Like we'll be having the craziest vlog adventures for y'all, especially maybe some little behind the scenes,
Oh yeah, we're gonna get like really silly behind the scenes. Because,
especially
I remember. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
especially interviews.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be like, wow, like you won't even see it coming because this project we're already working, trying to work hard on, and it's like we have to get everything down first, and once we got everything down, then we'll actually start filming. Because you know what they say, you can't start without the lines,
It's true.
and once we do have the lines, that's when we'll start the film, or should I say, show. And you know what they say about shows? the more you progress the seasons and keep it OG and original, the more viewers you get. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am a horror based type of dude. Like I love horror movies, and I can put it like this. I can literally sit down, eat some of the most delicious food, and literally watch somebody run away from a killer and get killed. Not saying that I like it or love it. No, I'm just a horror movie fan. Like I like watching horror movies.
No, we're not masochists out here.
Yeah,
It's not like that.
no, yeah. But like I said, I can literally eat through a horror movie. My family, like they're like, how do you even do that? Like that's disgusting. And I'm over here just enjoying my food. Like because okay, when it comes to horror movies, that's when I start savoring my food. But if it's something else, I'm just a fast eater. But if it's a horror movie, I'm just like right there, like, and then they're like, "How are you eating that? It's so delicious." Been watching a horror movie. I said, "Cause I like to savor my flavors." Yeah, man. Pun intended.
So when I was a kid, I hated horror movies as a kid. So I remember this one time, my dad, he was watching Chucky, and it was like at the middle of the night. I just woke up for no random reason, and then he told me, "Ven acá, hijo, like come here, son." And I'm like, "All right, I'll go over there." I was like 10 or 11 at that time, possibly less. I don't really recall what age I was, and what was it called? I was watching it. I saw this one scene that like a guy. I don't remember which movie it was. He was driving, and then I suddenly see something move. I'm like, "Papa, what is that?" Like, Marcelo, míralo. I'm like, all right. So I keep watching, and then I see like a little doll head. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I feel in that part. There's times where I'm like, what with my parents, and like literally, I get so paranoid in my seat. I'm just like, oh heck, no doll bear, and I stab through my seat.
So and then I see him. I see Chucky like for the first time. I almost cried. He like ugly dude, and he's choking out this dude. I'm like, oh god, is that real? He's like, ¿eso es verdad, eh? I'm like, oh god. I was scared that night. I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep.
I'm gonna be honest. Now I have a little niece.
Mm.
She's little, like she's like 3. She's watching horror movies, and
You're joking.
no, literally she watches horror movies, and literally she'll like just sit there watching it. But the minute I have a mask with me, like I have like my clown mask or my Leatherface mask, or my brother-in-law, her dad, he will have a mask already, already crying, and we tell her, then quit watching horror movies if you can't handle like them actually in front of you. Because there are people that like actually buy stuff like that, like mask from a movie or something, and they'll wear it for fun. Now this is like not saying that she can watch horror movies, but she's little. She's not gonna know.
She needs to learn how to handle it first.
Yeah, and it's like she's too little to even like be handling that type of like stuff. Like as for me, I grew up traumatized with that, but now I just think of it like nothing.
Uh,
Now here, well, I won't say my biggest fears, but horror movies, some of them do scare me, but not all of them. Actually, like I said, I can sit there and watch them. Now I'm gonna say this: the most gruesome movie that I've seen, in my opinion, I'd have to say Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, because I've never seen a 10-year-old go rampaging on teenagers and adults in a way that's like so vicious and so brutal. I'm like, Jesus Christ! So, and then especially like I figure I've seen what it's trying to do. It's trying to explain what could happen when a person gets treated like crap and they can just easily like snap. But the one thing I've always noticed about horror movie is they tend to victimize the people that are like a bit not disabled but more they victimize them, like saying that they have some sort of disease and or that they're treated wrong or that they're like that their brain is like half brain or like they're half dead or something, and it's like why the way they are. Now I get it, but like it's like it to me. It's not an offense, but it's no offense or anything for me. It's just the fact that like the way they're paying it out, there are some people that actually do have those kind of like disease or like suffer from that, and
Yeah.
that do get victimized a lot, and especially like when one of us like I especially am going through that. Like I suffered from something which I will never tell when I will tell when I'm ready, but when a person is victimized of that, especially they get treated wrong and they put like this when they get mad. No, it doesn't mean they're gonna go killer mode. No, it doesn't mean they're gonna end up like Michael Myers. No, they're not gonna be like Leatherface. No, they're not gonna be like Freddy Krueger. No, they're just gonna break down. And it's not every time. This is just say a scenario. People know what I am. Like they know what I have and everything. They make me mad. But let's just say that I'm only gonna cry. And let's say they're like, oh shoot, he's about to be Freddy Michael Myers, he about to kill us all, run away, run away, he about to kill us. And I'm just crying. I'm just crying. You get what I'm coming from? My point is like it's not offensive to me at all. No. But the way it's like portraying the movies and especially the killers themselves, it seems to me they're making the killers the victims, except the victims being the victims. And it seems like to me they're trying to say that the killers are victimized and that's why they have a right to be doing this. Now, there are some cases in real life where people who did kill another person for a reason were suffer from this. Sometimes it's not always that. It's a different motivation. Like the case of Ted Bundy. I don't know what was his motivation, but we all knew that he loved to go after women. Typically, specifically speaking, young women. He loved to target young women. Now, nobody can ever figure out that motivation was for. Well, at least I don't know what the motivation was, but I know that he loved to like what take a woman out on a date, take her somewhere, boom, they got rid of her. Like he got rid of her already.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
But what I'm trying to say is that not all movies should be based on victimizing the killer. At least give them a little different motivation for why they're like this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that is something like that's a very good like story and plot line. But like, don't try to make him more pitiful. Like, don't try to make him pity. Make him more just like. What I'm trying to say is like maybe perhaps like with Michael Myers, he didn't have any reasons to be killing people. He just killed whenever he wanted to. Now, yeah, there may not be an origin story to it, but it's like it's like a movie that I can watch because he had never had no motivation in the first place. Now, the whole bloodline and killing the family, and then especially the curse mark thing, that was a complete like too much. But when Halloween 2018 came out, I was amazed that they went back to its original roots. No reasons, no origin stories, just simple Michael Myers just killing whenever he wants. And that's what I liked about the movie. Like, not everything has to be based on a killer, like knowing why they what they are. It's just best if you just show them that they just kill and they have no reason. It's okay to put reasons, but my recommendation, just make them like the more like the less you know about them, the scary they are. Because seeing a movie where somebody's just killing without any reason or not knowing what the motivation is, that makes a killer scary. That's what makes a horror movie scarier. That's what gives it a good plot. That's what gives it like the most best horrifying movie ever that you can watch. Cause you don't know what the motivation is. You don't know what they're like. You don't know why they what they do. You don't know what they're specifically after. You don't know why that they come to this. Why did they think resort to this? Why are they like this? It's better for killers to stay mysterious than to know what the origin is. Because it's like what you see a killer in the movie, you find out what his motivation is, and you find out we can kill him. Simple as that. Pretty much, you just spoiled everything on the whole movie, and you're pretty much making us sitting there about during an hour or so of these characters that or victims at least, like what they already know what to do, and they can just do it, get a little bit fast. But instead, you make them seem dumb. You make them seem so dumb that they exaggerate for everything. Now, what I like to actually put in that is not bad, but at least give some victims at least an advantage and make them give them a little bit of brain, like smarter. And like I said, make the killer more mysterious. Like make him like less known. Like nobody knows his origin until years later, or probably so like what maybe like in a prequel or sequel. Maybe perhaps you can put his origins right there. But in a way, it has to make sense on why what his specifics are for killing or torturing. Now, the show Scream MTV, they did somewhat of a good job of making the killer who he was and why he did what he did. What they should have done instead, make the killer more mysterious on the phone calls part and have everything revealed in the end. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the sibling and the boyfriend and the whole cheating part, that was a good plot twist. That Emma finds out she has a sister, a half sister, and that her mom, of course, slept with the killer, or what people thought to be the killer, because what, season two left us with a lot of questions. Well, it gave us some answers, but the ending left us with more questions than answers. Example,
Mm-hmm.
who was the killer that killed Kieran? And why now all of a sudden that Emma goes to an island to take a break, hears about an urban legend, and all of a sudden that urban legend comes to life, but takes the form of the same killer that once harassed her, especially with the voice. And especially in the end, when the lady is what greeting someone named Mr. James. Who was he? Was he Troy? Was he somebody from part of the James family? Was it Brandon? Was it Brandon himself? Was it his cousin? Was it who was it? The only person we knew that ever stayed in Lakewood was the mother. And it's funny that the mother, like, she was mistaken. Like, what? She mistaken what? Freaking Cameron for Brandon's son when when he already had a daughter, which was Piper. It was a good plot twist to like throw in a little bit of origin, but the one that took me by surprise was the sibling part. Now, I myself would have been shocked too. Like, what? I'm pretty sure nobody would want to be getting a phone call being harassed a lot, and then just to find out all this is happening because you have a long lost sibling that was abandoned at an orphanage, and then you find out that that sibling has their father was supposed to be the people that are killing your best friends, and your lover or your ex lover at least, and then you found out that your mom or dad slept with that person, and that's why you have like the long lost sibling. I wouldn't want that either. Like I don't think nobody would ever want to go through that, and it is why like I find it the most interesting. But season three, I was confused. I don't get why it was called season three if it was gonna bring back the returning cast. And at least they could have told us they can give us answers on that part, but no, they chose to be like, "Oh, hey, let's bring back the what if cameo appearances." And who that was? The original Scream costume when they brought rights to it. And guess who made a guest appearance right there, or should I say, voice an appearance? Roger L. Jackson himself. He came back to reprise his role of the voice of the killer. Now, the other voice of the killer from the Scream MTV series, he wasn't bad himself either. The voices seem a little similar, but it was pretty good because many generations today will be like, "Oh, that Scream was scary," and then it'll be the old generations. They'll be like, "You ain't never seen a movie of Scream or Ghostface. Let me show you what's up." And oh god, Coco's scaring the heck out of me. Uh, they will show you what it's like this. You got today's horror movies, best CGI. They got like all this technology that makes a horror movie or any movie in general look so awesome. And then compare it to back in the days, you see some good horror movies or good movies in general that weren't even CGI. They were just practical effects. But somehow it looks so good. And you know why? When you put in a perfect director or a good not perfect, but a good director, good actors, good plot stories, good plot lines, good um scenes, and good sequences, that's what you call a perfect movie. And that's why people are gonna want to watch it. But then yet you see your flaws. Because not every movie is perfect without a flaw. And you look at that flaw and you take back from there that you messed up on and you improve on this. What I'm trying to say is that not every movie is perfect. There's some flaws to the movies. But once you see what you messed up on, you'll be able to improve it. You get what I'm saying, Jose?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here, bro. I was just listening to the rant.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, bro. I get you.
And I'm not gonna lie. I remember first hearing the voice of Roger L. Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was somebody maybe a little younger, but when I saw what he looked like, I'm like, wow, this dude, he has talent. Like, it's not just like you don't need a younger person to like pull it off. Just with pure raw talent and years of practice, you can pull off one of the best voices ever. And Roger L. Jackson, mad respect for you, especially to the other dude who did the voice of Scream for MTV and original. Mad respect for y'all because y'all may be old now, but mad respect for still having that pure raw talent. That even though it doesn't matter what age you are or what you are, you still can pull off raw talent. And that's what I actually look for in a movie. I just look for pure raw talent. I don't look for none of that like voice changing thing. It's like with music. When I look for music, I like to look for more like actual voice. Like the person's voice is vocally like vocals. He's singing out of his like diaphragm. Like he's not editing his voice to be different. So when he goes on to the stage and singing, people be like, "What the heck? this is what he sounds like. He sounds a lot different in his music videos. Me,
You know what's another good example?
what's up?
Heath Ledger. He's a Ledger.
Yes, now that dude, whoo, he.
Okay, let me explain why. So, as a kid, I used to see this movie that my dad had on DVD. It's called A Knight's Tale, and it stars Heath Ledger. And I see him like as the cool, savvy knight as he is. He wins tournament after tournament, and at the end, he faces the big bad, and he wins the whole thing. He gets to. It's simple as that, right?
Yeah.
And then later, around like 2 years later, I buy a Batman movie. I really didn't care about the movie because there was like a comic book there, so I really went for that. But anyway, I did watch the movie, and what I didn't know was that Heath Ledger played Joker. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're saying the same guy that plays the Knight is the Joker? And when I first heard that, it was hard for me to believe because you see the aesthetic of one guy, like if the hair didn't match, this wasn't matching, and then you see it with the other movie that is the Batman one. He's a completely different person. He's not the same whimsical knight that he was before. And like, how is this even possible? And like, that's like with good directing, good actors. You can tell you can change a whole other perspective.
Can I add a note to it?
Go for it.
When I first saw the movie, also, I didn't know who Heath Ledger was. Neither Christian Bell. Now it was years later until I found out who they were. I was like, wow. But then when I saw a little bit of Heath Ledger's work and especially what he went through to get the role, and especially to like put himself in that concept of a crazy lunatic that loves to kill people for fun, I was like, wow. He put himself through a lot. Like he did not sleep. He locked himself in a room, isolated himself, wrote a diary, and then not just that, he literally started like looking for the perfect voice to perfect a voice that can be the Joker. And I'm not gonna lie, because it's not easy just playing the Joker. There are many things you gotta put in for the Joker. You gotta pull off the performance. You gotta like actually like take yourself into Joker's life and see what he's like. Like
Not only that, like you gotta pull your soul out of the body and replace it with the person you're trying to portray. That's how deep it is to get into an acting role.
And I just stand. He literally did all this, and just to find out that he died after the movie's release because he suffered a lot from lack of sleep and all this. I'm not saying that it's sad, but he worked his butt off to get in that mindset of a crazy lunatic serial killer, of someone that is so crazy. Like, it's like, wow. It's like if I had to like, if I was offered the role of the Joker, I would ask the director like, what do you want in the Joker? Like, what kind of Joker do you want? Like, do you want pimp Joker, gangster Joker, crazy lunatic Joker? Whatever he told me, I'd be willing to get myself in that concept, like my concept of the Joker. But when I saw that, and especially those memorized lines, why so serious? He did it so like it's like it wasn't him. No, it seemed like it wasn't him. It actually seemed like the real Joker. Like it seemed like it seemed all too real. Like I was like, no freaking way. Like this is not Heath Ledger. This cannot be. But as they say, you stay in character like so much. Like it's like wow. Like takes you by surprise. Like you see the one actor you see in a movie, You see him in the next role, but he's a little all different. The one thing I wondered how he endured when he asked Christian Bale in the scene where he's getting interrogated by Batman, he actually himself asked Christian Bale to beat the ever living crap out of him. And I was like, he's really taking his Joker character to the extreme. Like, not even I would ask that actor who's playing the hero to really beat the living crap out of me. Like, wow, he really took a beating, like an actual beating. So that mean, guys, remember this. Listen very well. The scene you watch where he's being interrogated, take this to note. He actually was taking a beating to a pole.
He was taking those blows.
Yes. And remember, he was in the mind concept of a crazy lunatic. And was a crazy lunatic Phil? Nothing.
That is true.
And it's like he managed to only sustain it because he was in the mind concept of ever actually like taking being a crazy lunatic. Like I'm like, wow, like I gotta give you props. Like I've never ever in many movies or behind the scenes hear an actor say, "Hey, you're the actor playing the hero, right? And you're gonna interrogate me, and you're supposed to beat me up, beat the living hell out of me. Like, do it. Doesn't matter what everybody says, just do it." I've never hear that from any other behind the scenes. I've always heard that was stunts, but I've never heard the actor themselves saying to actually do it.
Oh wait. There's one. There's one I can think of right now.
What's up?
Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, Jackie Chan. He does his own
He does
stunts.
his own stunts. That man lives forever. No matter how you put it.
But yeah, like I said, and it's like, wow, like, and probably one thing that like that probably made the movie so like made it read Batman. Take a look at how dark it was. Take a look at how dark it was right there. You never ever see that in real life where may see rob bank robs, but you never see a crazy lunatic who goes out of his way to like what make the mafia so scared. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying anything, okay? But you never seen a crazy lunatic do everything so crazy. They blow up a hospital, bang rob a place. Literally, like what? Do everything to terrify prisoners, everybody in general. And it's like, good thing that in real life, you know? Because if it was, oh God, no, I'd be scared for my life because I would not even myself want to encounter the Joker in real life. That
I
is
wouldn't be scared, bro.
that is just too crazy, man. He's crazy, and it's like you got so many other voice actors too that what voiced the Joker.
Jack Nicholson, for example.
Jack Nicholson, yeah. Then as you can see, there are many variations of the Joker that from each movie. There was, of course, the always so pimping gangster Joker from Jack Nicholson's, and there was the classical silly Caesar Ramirez Joker. And then what else do we got? We got that crazy, most famous, and I mean very famous Heath Ledger Joker. And then what else do we have next? A very completely how you say it? Very like gangsters Joker wannabe like. Now I'm not saying that Jared Leto's Joker was bad. No, he did good as a Joker. It's just the design on him. Really, was it that necessary to put that many tattoos on Joker?
I mean, there is one variant that what's it called? He has like those kinds of tattoos, but really nobody goes into that one.
Yeah. Now, maybe if you made like what he was doing was okay, you know, but maybe just made him more like not really having all of that and just made him more completely like chaotic and crazy. Maybe it would have been a whole different story, you know? And of course, we got fucking Phoenix, the very pitiful Joker that suffered because of an illness that he has. He suffers that when he's sad, or like when he's sad, he laughs. When he's sad or depressed,
This is one of the most realist. Like, I'm not saying like this is a real thing. It can be, but this is like the most grounded Joker known to date. He is notorious for how he acts, how his mental instability is. He wants to be recognized, but as society proves, this is harsh and cruel reality that nothing can go right all the time. Like nothing can go right sometimes.
that is true. It did show the reality of what could happen. That no matter what may happen, society will always be cruel to those people that are like victimized. And it's like before, like I'm not saying that it happens. They can snap at any moment or end up like that, but no, because we get help or we are under we learn to cope with it and control it. Nobody ever gets like that, but it's like it shows what could happen to a person when they've had enough already, and they can just snap, just like that. And I'm not gonna lie, fucking Phoenix, he did a good job too. I gotta have respect for all of them, especially Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero's, he gave me like laughs because of how the Joker was in Batman Robin. He didn't seem too violent. He just seemed more comical and laughing type. That you can laugh at him. As for Jack Nicholson's, that one is like Jesus. Like it's like like you watching. It's like you watching some like juicy like stuff going on. You know. As for Heath Ledger's, now we're getting into like the very dark tone of the Batman. Because as you may know, Batman in some cases is very known to be like not too violent. And what did we have that Christopher Nolan brought us? He brought us the most darking tone of the Batman. The ones that will make you like, Jesus, wow, went brutal on him. Like, wow, Batman went cold. It's like what this shows a reality what could happen. That shows a broken man inside. But in all reality, like you may see him in public as a known to be smiling, happy, positive, and has no trouble in his life whatsoever. But then in all reality, he's just a broken man that went through so much. He takes his anger out by punishing a lot of criminals. And why? And it's not because he has no place to take out his anger. No. He doesn't want people to suffer the way he suffered. Because he lost major important people in his life, his parents. Now, honestly, knowing the circumstances, anybody who has lost their parents, my condolences go to y'all. And honestly, the one thing I'm glad about that we're all still here. We still have people that still love us and care about us. And I know we're talking about a fictional character, but keep in mind, this is a darkening tone of a movie that we've seen. And what else do we got next? We got Ben Affleck playing Batman. And I'm not gonna lie, his Batman was good too. Cause it shows what like what how, it shows what Batman does for many years, as he's been like fighting crime for like a while. It especially shows how much like what, yeah, you may see like a spoiled rich dude that has a lot of money and then can get this whatever he wants, but in all reality, like behind all that, he's somebody that has a good heart and cares and will do anything to make sure that crime is no longer like happening. And especially in the sense that now, when ever since we got word that Robert Pattinson was playing Batman, I already seen the trailer for Batman, the new one, with Robert Pattinson in it.
Mm.
He doesn't look bad himself. And for what I've heard, this is supposed to be the beginning, like where he's starting out as Batman and everything, and he's like barely like kind of like Batman Begins,
Mm.
except that the
So,
movie
it was the
itself,
inspiration. It
huh?
was like, cover.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, here's my opinion on the movie. What I think about it, they're throwing in the vibe of Saw. Um, they're throwing in horror movie vibes because this is very dark. It's like combination of Dexter, Saw, who else? The Strangers, and
So they're taking inspiration from the comic book known as Batman Year One.
pretty much. But yeah, and it's kind of like it kind of gives you that horror movie vibes. Like I want to watch it because crap, like it's hella dark. And for what I've heard, Riddler's supposed to be the main villain. Since we do see him in the beginning of the trailer, just killed somebody and literally put tape around all that dude's face. And it's like, wow, like you're making these villains more a little more darker than they're supposed to be. Riddler, now he was just known to kidnap victims or play kind of like IQ test on Batman, see how smart he really is, since he is known as the world's greatest detective. But in this movie that I'm seeing right here, it seems that we're going a little more deeper than what we usually deep into. It seems we're going into a darker version of Riddler, where like, as for like, he's not just only kidnapping victims, he's killing them. Like he's literally killing these victims, duct taping them. Now, when I first saw this, I thought of the Hush because of the tape, but then when it said to the Batman, especially like especially what I read that Riddler's supposed to be the villain that he's supposed to be fighting, I was like, wow. And especially think that I'm especially thinking that Joker will make an appearance in there. Not saying that he's gonna actually be in the movie, but have a reference or a cameo appearance because if we look somewhere on the ending of the trailer where Robert Pattinson beat the house some dude and they said, "I'm vengeance." Most of the thugs right there are wearing makeup and what appears to be clown makeup. And we know the Penguin's gonna be in there. We know Catwoman's gonna be in there. But we're trying to figure out who is also gonna be in there that we know of. Because remember, this is a dark and tone Batman when we were talking about. So they can add Deadshot, they can add who else? Killer Croc. They can add Bane to this. Now, personally, Bane, I would like for him to be a little more actually like make it seem like we're sticking a venom to like a drug venom. Because the don't get me wrong, Dark Knight Rises was pretty good. Tom Hardy, respect for you, dude. This is no offense to you. But I wish they would actually take it a little more where like as if he actually is taking a lot of like venom drugs. Like you know what? That's the venom. That's what the drug is called, venom.
The Venom Serum, yeah.
Yeah, as but like he's like actually getting more buff and muscular, like kind of like the Hulk type of way, but as a human.
Mm. CGI nowadays. I'm pretty sure they can pull that off.
Yeah, and it's like if they actually put that in the movie, but like and make Bane 2 a little more brooding and darker, in a sense where like how do you put it? Instead of putting him on a wrestler mask, like they always do in the comics,
Mm.
in a way make him more brooding and actually like where he's cold hearted, like he's just brutal, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like